The price of greatness, they say, is responsibility. And there is no better time than now to pursue this in Nigeria. The Senate has summoned service chiefs for an interactive session over the rising cases of kidnapping, banditry, killings, and other criminal activities across the country. The president of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, directed the service chiefs to appear before the senators next week towards finding a lasting solution to insecurity in the country. The House of Representatives has also issued such summons. Doju, we see these things and it's becoming glaring and becoming daring.
Well,
A lot of this insecurity across the country.
it's something that a lot of people have come to regard as normal, which is very unfortunate. And unfortunately, too, what we have seen over the years has been what, this interaction with service chiefs, what people now call talk shops without action shop. So, if we have been summoning them, we have been talking about these things, what have we brought out? What have we brought away from there? What are the takeaways that have been implemented? Yes, at some point, we saw things improve. And when this new set of service chiefs came, we had high hopes, very high hopes. But like I always say, this war is not a conventional one. It is not between Russia and Ukraine. It is between well-trained operatives across board, whether it is the military, the intelligence corps, DSS, police, and people who don't care about rules, who want to just ambush and run back to where they have come from. So it's not as if they give time, we are coming to attack at this time, or you are looking in one direction for the attack. So it means we must really go back and begin to talk about our intelligence gathering. Also, begin to tell Nigerians, let it sink into all of us, that security is the business of everyone. So that when you see something, you say something. In a lot of places, we've always had, even governors say it. Look at the case of Plateau. When we learned that those who attacked them during the Christmas period, 24th, 25th, they've been living with them for so many years. But the indigents were scared to speak up because they said they were going to attack them. What happened at the end of the day? What happened that they eventually attacked? When you get to a point and somebody says to you, you must pay me tax for you to be able to go to your farm, for your children to be able to go to their schools, you should be able to speak up. Because at the end of the day, it's like somebody who has kept a cobra at home. That cobra is going to grow beyond what you are feeding him with. Or python is going to grow beyond what you are feeding him with and demand for more. So Nigerians need to begin to speak up. I cited so and so around this area so that those who are supposed to have the information will have it. Look at the way Nigeria is structured. In some areas, even in the southwest, where we say we have a lot of presence within square kilometers, far more than the north. There are some areas we even still travel for 30, 40 minutes inside the bush, practically. So how do our police, how do our security operatives man all of those areas if they don't get information from the locals? We need to be speaking up. The massacre you mentioned in Nowo, something preceded it. Some people saw something before it, but they didn't speak up. So we need to get to that point where we begin to speak up. But on the calling of the service chiefs, it's good that the Senate and House of Reps have decided to move in this direction. But I still find it that We have been doing this over the years. What have we brought out of it? Because that's my own question. Will this be different? If it's not going to be different, then we should allow the service chiefs to be on the field.
During the last administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, I remember many editions here, and we told President Buhari that, look, your administration will be remembered for this insecurity, and this insecurity is capable to blight your
all the
achievements and everything. And it became worrisome and a source of concern. Now, this is now a major concern. If the House of Representatives, in their opening speech yesterday, the Speaker spoke about it, the senators, Godwin Akpabio, spoke about it, and I think it's as a result of this that this is now becoming so alarming and uncomfortable.
Yes, everyone is concerned. I didn't expect that insecurity will get this bad, you know. And for me, the reason for this is obvious. We have not been proactive enough. It appears the service chiefs are still using the old strategies. We have to rely a lot on intelligence gathering and identify where these guys hibernate and take them out. It's such an embarrassing situation. The rate at which they are attacking Abuja, for example, those satellite towns, Buhari especially. These days, once they wait for you to pay ransom and you don't pay in good time, they will execute you and dump your remains at a road intersection where your people can identify your remains. Look at the impatience that drove them to kill that girl, Nabia. You sent the dad. The dad was kidnapped along with those six sisters. They told him they released him to go and find ransom. And because he couldn't raise the money that he asked for, they killed her and two others. You know, just to send a message that, look, we are not playing. You have to go and look for this money. How do they continue to use their phone lines to negotiate when we spend so much money on this NIN? What is the essence of NIN? How come we are unable to use the resources at our disposal to deal decisively with these boys? What's going on? Why should a criminal
demand for
feel
ransom
comfortable to make phone calls, to negotiate?
They negotiate for ransom every day. They update it.
What's
bring it down.
going on? They can negotiate. You shouldn't even be able to use your phone
At all.
but they are using their phones here, and we are not catching them.
Okay.
So we've got to, these service chiefs, they have to read the Riot Act to them. It's not simply to call them and have what looks like a judge session and then everybody departs. You must let them know that Nigerians feel let down, that insecurity is escalating, and we are not seeing signs that they are on top of the situation. You have, the National Assembly members have to speak to them on behalf of Nigerians, show the anger of Nigerians to them. That is the only way. And I've said before, the president has to set KPIs for people. Has he set KPIs for
these service
chiefs?
As he did for the ministers.
Has he set KPIs for them? He has to be the one that personally sets that one, not Hadiza. You are the commander-in-chief. Set KPI for these people. Give them the marching order.
Bandits in Zamfara, in Katsina,
I'm giving you
Niger,
whatever you need
Shiroro.
to get rid of these bandits. Ask me to provide. I will provide. If you need 3 months of sustained offensive against them, I will provide what you need for a 3-month offensive. But you must succeed. You must succeed.
Yes,
if you don't succeed,
leaders.
I will get rid of you. The president has to be able to tell those service chiefs that, look, I'm giving you, and the police and the IG, I'm giving you this much time. I want to see improvement. If I don't see improvement, I will send you packing. You've got to be able to do that. We don't have a choice at this stage. Otherwise, this thing will degenerate, and even places where we thought was safe or were safe, some of those places too will be overrun by these good-for-nothing bandits.
And finally,